I just want to say one thing to my wife who's home. Yo, Adrian, I did it!
Why did I choose the gym? It's an interesting story, actually. It's kind of more of an accident. I had a daughter who had just graduated high school, my middle daughter, and she is a good athlete in high school. And she got offers from some smaller colleges to do athletics at their college, but she wanted to try for a little bit bigger school. And so after she graduated, we just decided we'd hire her a trainer to get her in the best shape we could. And that's when I contacted Amy. And about a month into her workouts, she came back and she goes, "Dad, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that anymore." So I still had a couple of months on the contract that I'd already paid for, and so I just started working out with Amy and Brittany, and anyway, it's funny, I couldn't even really get in the rowing machine. I was so out of shape back then. It was about 2017, I guess. So, but I've been doing it ever since. So that's actually how it got started. Well, there's two things that I like about Juan's gym was Texas Strength, and one, when I was a kid, I just grew up. I mean, that's back in the day when the Rocky movies came out, and I mean, I'm 60 now, but I always had an affinity for Rocky, and but Juan's gym is not super fancy. It's kind of like mixed gym in the Rocky movie. It just kind of has the same vibe, the same feel, and it's pretty much dedicated to a powerlifting kind of gym. And to Juan's credit, it's not really, overly fancy, but there's every machine in here that you need every piece of equipment that you need to do whatever you want to do. And that speaks a lot of Juan and his efforts and his professionalism. So, and I like the people. I mean, I had a small accident the other day, and I let some weight drop, which was my fault. But everybody, I had half a dozen people standing around me trying to help me, and that was a blessing. But that's what everybody is. Everybody, when you walk in the door, everybody, says hi, and it's just a really good community. And Juan backs it up not only with his friendliness but his professionalism. I mean, he's got a very good education and strength and nutrition, and so I choose to stay here. And I mean, I've got memberships at the other gyms, at the bigger gyms, but I like their treadmills over there because they have a TV in front of them, and you can just kind of sit there and actually it just inclines. But that's the only reason. If I ever just late in the evening, if I want to go over there and just kind of walk on the treadmill a while. So, but no. And the last thing in the Rocky movies, Rocky always goes to see Father Carmine, before his fights, and Juan's gym has a church right across the street, so I just pretend that I'm hollering at Father Carmine, so periodically. So it's a good feeling. Juan and I have worked together before, and the problem we run into is not Juan's by any means, it's mine. And I stubbornly do my own thing regardless of any suggestions, and which is a fault of mine. But on the other hand, when I do ask a question of Juan about any particular subject, I'm met more than with an ample amount of answer or solution or suggestions to my dilemma. And in that, I've used Juan over the years to bounce ideas off of him, but no, like I say, I stubbornly adhere to my own ideology, but in training, but it's not Juan's fault at all. Juan has been very, very helpful all the time. he's come to meets. He's come to meets and where I've competed with little or no warning to help me out and be there as part of the team, and he and Mandy both. And that's a blessing. So Juan's your go-to guy. Oh, the way that the qualification works is you get for the Masters meet or the World meet in South Korea is you have to be ranked at a certain level for your age group or your competition group, and so I'm a Masters 3 lifter. When I qualified, I was a Masters 2 because I just had a birthday, and a Masters 2 is age 50 to 60, and I just turned 60, so I'm competing now as a Masters 3, which is age 70 to or 60 to 70. And but I think I was ranked number 2 in that group, or 1 or 2 most of the year, and so I got I qualified for the World meet in South Korea, but that's the way you do it. I've just been my numbers have been moving up just steadily over the years, and that was very unexpected. But I hadn't had many injuries, and my health is still good, thankfully. And but that's the way you qualify. And we qualified. I got a notification a few months ago from, if I wanted to go, and I chose to go. So I'm going to try to make it to Seoul and see what happens.
How you feeling about that? You excited?
Yeah, except for the travel part. It's a long way across the water. Apparently, it's 13 hours difference from here. I guess so.
Yeah.
Noon here is midnight there, 1 o'clock. So my feeling about the gym now, and I'm just going to be honest, is I'm very fortunate, but I'm a very big advocate now of, or at least, as much as I can be, about going to the gym. If you can change your lifestyle and do something, maybe 3, maybe 4 times a week. That's what I do. I do something. I don't care if it's good, bad, or indifferent. I do something 4 times a week, and sometimes a little less, sometimes a little bit more. But if you do anything and do it consistently and just make it part of your routine, then you're going to see changes. And that's the way I approach it now. 2 things happen when you do that. If you lift weights, you're going to improve your bone density and your muscle mass. And what happens at my age is your muscle mass just goes away if you don't keep it up. And then if you let it go too far, then it's very, very hard to get back. And here's the important thing, is like my son, who just, he's at basic training in the Army, they changed his body from 225 pounds to probably 190 pounds in 10 weeks. And he's fit as he can be. Now, the old guy in me says, oh yeah, I can change my body, I can do that. And just like my son did in 10 weeks or 3 months, it doesn't happen like that anymore at an older age. What happens is it takes years, and people don't understand that, but it takes years to change your body or to regain the muscle mass that you lost. And I strongly urge people, and I encourage people to do that so they can have better health and be able to walk and see their grandkids and their children and at all the events. But yeah, I mean, I don't take any medication. All I take is ibuprofen for little aches. But I think I measured my blood pressure the other day. It was 127 over, or no, it was 120 over 77, and I'm 60. And it's like, that's such a blessing. But it's just it's not a bad thing. And people say, well, I can't do that. And it's like, but it's like eating. If you go in there, you can't make a major change, but if you just go in there and do something. If I go to the table and it's like, well, that I didn't make the best choice I didn't eat the right things all the time 24/7, and I failed, and I'm not going to do that anymore. No, the better option that I think I've learned is just try to make the best choice you can when you can, and don't beat yourself up for not making the right choice. And but it's just like the 3 days a week thing or 4 days a week. It adds up. You get to feeling better, and you get encouraged, and then you start. It's like, well, I want to eat better. I want to go to the gym. I'm feeling better. I'm looking better. And it's like I feel better, and I'm stronger, and not only that. Here's the last part of that deal is when you feel bad mentally, the gym is just like another vice. It could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be anything, but the gym is a positive vice in that it when you go in there and work out, you walk out feeling good, because I once said it releases chemicals in your body that help your mental state. So not only are you, instead of going and drinking beer and spending 2 hours doing that and feeling bad the next day, you go work out, and then you walk away and you feel mentally good, and then the next day you look physically good. So it's a wonderful vice to have, as opposed to, but it's a very positive vice, and it's just on, and there's more and more research on and on that just supports that assertion. So it's a good thing. The proof of the program working is I'm on a strength program, and it's a very simple one. But over the years, I can show you how strong I've become by data points over the years. And thus far, I'm still, I don't know how it's happening, but I'm still getting stronger at 60 years old, because the slope of ever since 2019 or 17, this data point, and then I add a little bit of weight to what I can lift, and it just goes up and up for throughout my whole. So it's encouraging, and I know there's going to be a time where it flattens out and then goes back down, but hadn't happened so far, and that's what's encouraging. And like I say, your muscles, you just feel better. If you keep lifting, the fat just kind of goes away by itself. The muscles get bigger, and then they use more fat, and the fat just kind of shrinks off, and next thing you know, you're kind of just muscle. But it takes a while, and it just takes consistency. That's all it. And then you start to eat, and you feel better, you eat better, you look better, except what you can't fix. Last year played football. This whole time, like I say, when I first started, I couldn't barely get in a rowing machine. I had to have help from Amy and Brittany just to get my feet strapped into the rowing machine. And I've been doing all kinds of stuff over the years. I've competed probably 15 times, and I play football with my son. Just all kinds of. I run periodically. I try not to run because I don't like running, but I try to run with my daughter and her husband. So we just, I can do a lot of things physically that I probably couldn't do without running out of strength or air. Dude, I'd join Juan's gym in a heartbeat, because again, Juan has the expertise, he has the equipment, he has a 24-hour gym. You can walk in here anytime you want to. It's secure. It's you don't get access unless you have a key, a fob to get in. So it's a secure place. It's friendly. Everybody here is friendly, helpful, and if you want to, you can learn and achieve as much as you would like to, and on top of that, Juan runs a good deal because it's very reasonable. It's the monthly price is very reasonable. Describing West Texas strength in one word. Oh, I've said this before, but it's kind of like home. It's just you know, friends and supportive people, and doesn't matter whether you fail or succeed, or you just walk in and it's kind of like the old show Cheers, where you walk in and everybody knows your name. It's very similar to that, and that's a blessing at the end of the day, given our hurried world and our all the stresses. You know, you walk in and it's just, hey, there's half a dozen people I know right there, and they all know my name, and I know theirs, and they're supportive, and it's a good deal. My name's Ed Drake, and I choose West Texas Strength.